Good evening, Heritage families, and welcome to actually our second annual virtual kindergarten orientation. I'm Jenna Stevens, a proud principal of Heritage Elementary. And as you can imagine, this is definitely not how we wanted to welcome you into our building, but we definitely wanted to give you a little glimpse into our building, meet some of our staff, and then kind of go over the ins and outs of Heritage Elementary. So I'll start by giving you an introduction of myself. Like I said, my name is Jenna Stevens. I have been in Huron Valley Schools for 21 years. I spent 14 years of my career teaching at Country Oaks Elementary. So I have taught first, fourth, and fifth grade. And then 7 years ago, I came over to Heritage as the principal, and I could not be happier. I live in Milford with my husband. I have 2 children. I have a freshman at Milford High School who did go through Heritage Elementary, and I also have a 6th grader at Muir this year. And so they both had some transition years last year. As you can imagine, it's been very different. This is a unique year, but they are doing well, just like all of our Huron Valley students. And so hopefully, rest assured, you will have a little peace of mind throughout our presentation. I'm going to introduce our teachers because I know that that's who you would love to meet right now. And then we have another special guest here, and then I would love to get started and walk you through our slideshow, just the same as I would if I was able to welcome you into our building this evening. So I will start by introducing Miss Kathy Meridian. She is a kindergarten teacher.
Good evening, parents. This is Kathy Meridian, as mentioned. I'm a graduate of Huron Valley, so my heart is near and dear to the community. I am, believe it or not, in my 30th year of teaching. Which has been a combination of 4th grade, 5th grade, 1st grade, and kindergarten. Being born and raised here, I've had the opportunity to teach families that I know personally as well as professionally, and it's just been an absolute delight. I have 2 children myself that have as well gone through the system. Olivia is now 20 years old and is a graduate of Milford High, and Evan is a junior currently at Milford High. So I can't express enough that we look forward to meeting you and enjoying our time growing and learning together.
Thank you, Kathy. And now I would like to introduce Miss Mallory Geniak.
Hi, as Mrs. Stevens said, my name is Mallory Geniak. Welcome to our building. Next year will be my 10th year teaching, 9th year at Heritage, all of which have been in kindergarten. I did do 1 year in 1st grade. I graduated in 2010 from Michigan State and then got my master's in 2015. And then I now currently live in New Hudson, and in the fall I got engaged. So next year I'll be planning a wedding and teaching kindergarten. So I look forward to meeting all of you and welcoming you into our classrooms.
Thank you, Mallory. And now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Zook.
Hi, my name is Rachel Zook, and next year will be my 5th year teaching at Heritage, all of them in kindergarten. I, like Mrs. Moe, also graduated from Huron Valley Schools, so I have a lot of pride in working in the school district that I graduated from. I got my bachelor's from Oakland University, and then now I'm working on my master's from Northern Michigan to be a reading specialist. I'll graduate this summer, which I'm really excited about. And I live in Milford with my husband, Garrett, and my Australian Shepherd puppy, Milo. And we love to walk downtown, so I might see you sometimes if you frequent Main Street. And I'm really excited to meet all of you and hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Rachel. I actually see Rachel almost 3 times a week when I drop my son off at Muir on her walk. I would also like to introduce Lena Nemeth. She is our Director of Data Analysis and Assessment, and this is her 2nd year for virtual kindergarten orientation joining Heritage. Her role tonight is going to be our moderator, so there is an opportunity for parents to type questions in a chat format. I do want to preface that by saying if I do not answer a question, it does not mean that I will not answer a question. It means that there may be some questions that I need to get more clarification on. Following each of our virtual kindergarten orientations this evening in the district for elementary, we do compile questions that we needed to dig deeper on, and then we will put out an FAQ. So I'll introduce Lena Nemeth.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me as part of your Heritage Kindergarten orientation. It's great to be here. As Mrs. Stevens said, I work in the central office, so I support all of the schools in Huron Valley with data and assessment. And welcome to all of your little ones coming through. And also, as Mrs. Stevens said, I will be kind of watching the chat. And if you have any questions through her presentation on any of her slides that you would like addressed tonight, please type those in the chat, and I will sort of combine those questions and ask those to her at the end. And if she can answer them, she'll answer them on the spot. And if we need to get more information, we will get back with you on those questions. So thank you, and I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Lana. So parents, as I start presenting in a moment, you will only see the presentation and then hear my voiceover. But I do want you to know that this presentation will be posted live on our Heritage Elementary or our Heritage PTO Facebook page, and also on our Heritage website, which I will be showing you both throughout the presentation. But I just wanted to reiterate that right now it would be a very good time for you to join the Heritage Facebook page, because that is where we update our information daily. So just to make sure that you're in the loop prior to the rollover of our Skyward in July, when you'll start receiving the emails that I send to all families throughout the year. But it's just a great way to keep you in the loop. And you can always email me. My email is located on our website for Heritage, and you can always call our front office and I'll give you a call back. So I will start presenting, and I'm super happy that you are here. So welcome to our Kindergarten Orientation 2021. We did put some slides together for you, and we will keep this up on our website, but we wanted to make sure that when we presented, we could put a face with a name. So if you would like to go back with either your child and go through some of the slides to put a face with a name for our teaching staff, we have a slide for Miss Meridian, who you just met. We also have a slide for Miss Geniak. And then we have a slide for Mrs. Zook. So you can read all about them and refresh your memory, and maybe show this to your current incoming kindergartner. So welcome to Huron Valley. It's a great district. Like I said, I've spent my entire career here. I student taught in this district, and I have never left. It's just a wonderful place. I've raised my family here. Like I said, my children, and the experiences at all three levels, which this is the first time I can say that I've experienced all three levels in Huron Valley schools as a parent, have been second to none. And with the year we've had, I'm still proud to say that my son and daughter still love school, and they have really enjoyed their first year in 2 new schools. So living the HVS mission, inspiring and building futures one student at a time, is the slogan that we live by in Huron Valley. And what that means is differentiated learning options and opportunities for every child. So once your family enters the Huron Valley Schools family, then we consider you part of our family through JK, which I will speak to also, through your 12th grade experience. This is the front of Heritage Elementary. So your path, if you're in this meeting tonight, begins at Heritage Elementary, and that is super exciting because we really look forward to welcoming you and your family into our building. And then it will take you on to Muir Middle School, which, if you're not familiar with Muir Middle School, or if this is your first child entering elementary school, if you talk to other parents who have experienced Muir, myself being one, it is just a fabulous place to be, and that comes from students and staff. And then that will take you eventually to Milford High School, but I know that sounds eons away. But as a parent, I remember being welcomed as a parent of a kindergartner of the class of 2024, and I thought that sounded crazy, since I'm welcoming tonight the class of 2034, and now I can't believe that in less than 4 years I will have a graduate. So believe me, it goes very fast. So regardless of your starting point or the course of your journey, we want you to feel at home in Huron Valley Schools. Heritage Elementary actually is the newest elementary in the Huron Valley School District. It opened in 1998. It's 76,000 square feet, and we currently educate about 385 students. On a normal non-pandemic year, we usually house about 580 students, and we currently have 75 staff members. So this is a picture of Heritage when it was first built. And within the next year and a half, you will notice that Heritage is going to look very different. We do start some bond construction next spring, and I will speak to that at the end, but we have some very exciting things coming our way. Huron Valley Schools Kindergarten. The goal of our kindergarten program is to nurture the whole child. What that means is to focus not only on the educational aspect, but also on the cognitive, the language, the social emotional, and the physical. And with the arrow pointing at the social emotional, just to let you know, and you will hopefully on the first day of school be coming into the building, and I will be meeting with you face to face in the multi-purpose room, and I will have our entire support staff available to introduce themselves. We have a lot of help in this building as far as intervention and enrichment. We have a full-time social worker. We will have an additional 0.5 social worker in the fall. We have a psychologist. We have a literacy interventionist. We have a PBIS, which is a positive behavior intervention specialist. So I look forward for the day when you can come into our building and meet all of our staff members. Your child's typical day in kindergarten. Children at Heritage, all children at Heritage actually have access to a bus. However, there's the option for them to be dropped off in our parent drop-off line and then also arrive at school from being dropped off at school age care. When children enter the classroom together, they have time to practice their independence while taking care of their belongings and morning routines. Class meetings are held on a regular basis. This is a time when the class meets together. They reconvene after the evening. They talk about their daily routines. They sing songs. They read stories, and then they set the tone for the day. A big component in kindergarten is our phonics and phonemic awareness, and they're part of the regular routine, and that is a big push in our kindergarten first and second grade classrooms. We do use the Haggerty phonemic awareness set. For writing workshop, and I know that sounds like a lot as I dig into the curriculum, but your children, as kindergarten is today, it's a lot different definitely than when I went to kindergarten, but the majority of the day is academics. Your child will participate in a whole group lesson with a focused target and then work independently to practice that skill. Children are exposed to all types of writing, including narrative, nonfiction, list writing, pattern books, and science exploration. We finish up the morning with Reader's Workshop. This is a time when your child in a whole group or is in a whole group lesson with a focused target, and then they work independently and with partners to practice a skill. Obviously, you know, being outside and playing is essential in kindergarten and all grades for moving the body and re-energizing the brain. So we do all grade levels have a lunch recess. However, we do incorporate extra and additional recesses throughout the day. Then there is math in the afternoon. It provides time for practicing skills and building on those skills to learn higher level concepts. Some main concepts taught include counting and adding and also doing number stories. We have something very unique in the Huron Valley School District. It's called WIN Time, and what that stands for is What I Need. During this time, it is based around literacy centers, but it's a time when children may work in small groups to practice reading, writing, and math skills. It's also a time when we lean on our literacy interventionist specialist and also our WIN Time paras. So it's a time when we can offer both intervention for students who may be struggling with a concept or also some enrichment for students who are ready to excel in a specific area. So throughout the year, children's skills are monitored, and we have monthly bit time meetings, and that's where we discuss students and we rearrange small groups to make sure that we're meeting the needs of all of our students. Then there's also science and social studies, which are taught throughout the day, as well as through fun lessons focusing on kindergarten science and social studies standards. As I said, outdoor recess is extremely important, but also as inside play is also equally as important. It gives children the opportunity to make choices, socialize appropriately, which is a big part of kindergarten, collaborate, be creative, and so much more. Your child will take part in these 5 specials. They will have art for 45 minutes a week, physical education for 45 minutes a week, music for 45 minutes a week, technology for 45 minutes a week, and then also library. At your dismissal, your child will be escorted to their designated departure door. We did move our dismissal around this year just due to the uniqueness of the year, and I do have to say it is a practice that's going to stay at Heritage. I can say it runs extremely smooth. I wish we would have thought of this in years past. Obviously, we have the majority of our students that do depart by bus. We also have a large group of students that are parent pickup. So if students are parent pickup, we do release them to the gym. They no longer just go directly outside. And then we do have a system where a parent walkies or texts in the building, and I'm able to release students as their car arrives. And then we will offer school age care again next year in the morning and the afternoon. Just some ideas to help your child get ready for success. And like I said, this presentation will be posted in multiple places. So I don't need or expect you to remember all of this. It's a lot different when it's face-to-face, but just some ideas that you can do, and I'm sure you probably already doing, practicing uppercase and lowercase letters and sounds, counting and reading numbers, practice recognizing and writing their own name, scissors and glue sticks, independent skills, practice listening and following directions, and then cleaning up after themselves. So these are just ideas. I see a few on my list that I'm still working on with my 6th grader. So just ideas to work on. I know that if our reading interventionist was here this evening, she'd say just a good thing to do is if you're in the car and you see a letter like that big M on the McDonald's sign, a good thing to say is what letter is that, just to get them familiar with recognizing letters and print. Junior kindergarten, we did have a junior kindergarten orientation on March 12th, but that is something that is being offered in our district. This will be the 5th year for junior kindergarten. We have had junior kindergarten in this building for 3 years. We did not have junior kindergarten at Heritage this year, but we are planning on hosting a junior kindergarten next fall. So if you're interested in that and we're unable to attend that orientation, you can reach out to myself, your building administrator, and I can give you the ins and outs of what junior kindergarten is. It's the same criteria as entering kindergarten as far as age. And what that is students need to be 5 by September 1st. However, you can obtain a waiver and then they need to be 5 by December 1st. But this is just more of a gift of time year. Huron Valley Schools is once again offering the virtual academy next school year for students JK through 12th. So that means our JK and kindergarten students. This is where your HVS team provides the same instructional opportunities as our brick and mortar, which is here inside Heritage, but it is virtual each day. Relationships and academic rigor are the focus. Structure is emphasized, and their parent partnership obviously is essential because you'll need to be especially an advocate for your child when they're trying to maneuver their way through their education using technology. And there's also both on and offline learning sessions. Really quick, because we would love all parents to be involved in our Heritage Elementary PTO. Since we are a PTO and not a PTA, it is free, and all parents in this building are considered to be part of the PTO from the day that your child is enrolled. So to support the education of children at Heritage Elementary by fostering relationships among the school, parents, and the teachers. So what does this look like? This is what I wanted to share with you because it's a great way for you to stay in the loop until you start receiving emails, district emails from me. Our PTO does keep parents in this building up to date with monthly newsletters. They also do a great job with social media. They maintain a very healthy budget, and that allows us to support fun activities and teacher wish list items. So here's 2 ways you could stay connected. You can join us on Facebook at heritageelementary.Huron Valley. We do have an awesome communications director as part of our PTO, and she does a knockout job on updating our Facebook page on a daily basis. She updates it with any happenings in the building, any district happenings, any changes that might be taking place, any events that are coming up. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Heritage HVS. So I highly recommend that you follow in one or both modes so you can see what's happening here at Heritage. This would be the time when I would invite incoming kindergartners or junior kindergartners and their families to maybe join us at our fun fair in the spring. Unfortunately, we are not doing events right now. So I'm hopeful that next year we can invite you in for some of those fun Heritage annual events, but I definitely recommend following us on these 2 modes. If you have other questions, you can also send us a Facebook message if you join. Someone from the PTO board or myself will gladly answer, or you can email our PTO president directly at ptopresident.heritage@gmail.com. This is our fantastic office staff. I always say that they run this place. They are fun. They love doing things to make the kids smile. They are helpful. So if you have not spoke to them, if you've called or asking any questions, they are definitely just second to none. Our office coordinator in the middle is Kathy Shanley. One of our office paras on the right is Jan Malinowski, and our office para on the left is Kelly Gilmore. So parents, what I'm going to do now is I want to quickly walk you through the registration process. I know that we've had a lot of parents that have already started the registration process, but if you were to go to our Huron Valley Schools website, which is www.hvs.org, this is the screen that will pop up. You just click anywhere in this banner, and it will take you to the kindergarten information page, which is also the junior kindergarten information page. What this does is it walks you through the step-by-step on how to enroll your child. If this is your first child entering school, you'll have to set up an account, which is super easy. It walks you through the process. So you would go to online student enrollment, all parents would. And then if you already have a family access account, you click here, and that's how you will enroll your child. If you're new to Huron Valley Schools, you go to New Student Online Enrollment Account Request page. And then what it'll do is it'll walk you through everything you need to do to get your student enrolled. Once you've completed the online enrollment process, if you could then give our office a call, and our number is on the website, and I'll show you exactly where to go. If you also want to follow our webpage, you would just go up to schools in the right-hand corner, click over on Heritage, and you can find direct emails to staff, including myself. You can also find helpful information, and you can also find our phone number to call the direct office. So this is a really helpful place for parents. And then once you've enrolled your child, if you would like to call our front office, we'll set up an appointment for us to meet you in our vestibule, collect any paperwork, make any copies that you may need, and then help you. But if you do come up with a glitch, please don't hesitate to reach out to our front office staff. Like I said, they're here to help. We want to help you. We want to make this as easy and user-friendly as possible. I do want to put a thank you out there to voters. Like I said, over the next year and a half, Heritage Elementary is going to look extremely different. I want to thank them for the $182 million bond program, which will allow us to add secure entries and upgrade to our playground, and then there is some inside cosmetic work, carpet, paint, and tile to classrooms. So you may not recognize Heritage after next year. We do have 4 buildings that have already started construction about 1 month ago. So this is super exciting. As we get some blueprints and printouts, I will be hopefully posting them in the front vestibule for parents to see and share in the excitement along with students. So I would love to continue to welcome you to the kindergarten class of 2034, which I know sounds crazy. I am going to stop sharing my screen, and I will then open it up for any questions that might be out there. But like I said, this is an overwhelming time. You won't remember everything that I went over.
There are no questions at this time. I'm monitoring the chat. So it could be that after parents review that slideshow again, they come up with some questions or think of something later. And I know you can always email the school, and Mrs. Stevens and her team will get back to you. I know we are also a little bit delayed, so I'm just waiting a minute to see if
Sure. And like Lena did say, please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions or concerns. We cannot welcome you into the building at this time, which is devastating for all of us. This is not how we want to hold a kindergarten orientation. But I would like to say that you're more than welcome to come and explore our playground after school. We do have a kindergarten playground that obviously will be changing, but not before next year. And maybe just have your child become a little bit more familiar with our building. And I know soon we'll be able to welcome you in. to our building. And please feel free to reach out to myself with any questions. We are super excited to have you as part of our Heritage family.
We do have a question that just came through. One of the parents would like to know when teachers will be assigned and if there will be a checklist sent home to them.
Teachers will be assigned, or parents will learn of their teacher assignment the third week in August, and that is by logging into your Skyward account, and that is where you will find your child's teacher. And we will send out class supply lists. We usually send them out for grades 1st through 5th. We send them out right at the end of the school year. They're also posted on our website along with kindergarten, but these kindergarten teachers here, I know that I will not eat my words. They are fantastic. You will get the best communication you've ever had. You will not feel out of the loop. So just sit tight and we will make sure that you feel like you are definitely a part of our building.
Can you also review the hours of kindergarten, start and end times?
Yes, the start time is our building starts at 9:10 and we do end our dismissal at 4:07.
And also some information on before and after school care.
Right, so that is, if you go onto the website that I shared you, the www.hvs.org, up in the top right-hand corner, one of the tabs says activities. If you click on activities, you can scroll down and there's one that has rec and community ed and then childcare. If you click on that button, then you can download all of that information. We are currently running a morning and afternoon school age care program. I do know that some buildings are only running one or the other at this point, but we did have enough interest that when we returned face-to-face that we were able to offer that option.
Okay, we have a parent also asking about special programs. Her son has been referred to Heritage. He has Down syndrome, and they're wondering about anything special programs for the student.
So I know that our support staff that I had shared that you will all be meeting in person sometime soon, they work very closely with our PAL program and they work very closely with all staff at Apollo. So we do have programming here. Heritage is proud to house our categorical upper CI programs. So we have 2 specialized programs here, and both of these programs are mainstreamed into the gen ed classroom throughout the day. And it's a welcomed addition to our building. We have a lot of offerings here and a lot of support to make sure that the transition is flawless.
Okay, what about deadlines for submitting paperwork to register students, enrollment paperwork?
Well, we don't have a hard deadline. What I would like to say, and I know our teachers are laughing, the sooner the better, because it does help us with placement and staffing. So we would hope that all enrollment is done by early July, would be our hope.
I'm sorry, they're coming
Okay.
in class now. Is there a day before school starts or the first day of school when parents would stay with the kids? And I know this probably looks a little different now than it has in the past, but what do you expect for next year?
On a normal year, yes. Yes, we have an open house and an ice cream social for families. And then on the first day of school, parents come and join their kindergarten. Kindergartner, I meet with you. Your kindergartner meets with their teacher. That is what our hope is it's going to look like next year.
And along those same lines, if things change over the summer, will there be any opportunities for parents to come in during the summer to visit the school, presuming it's possible?
I do believe it's possible. We are just following any guidance from Oakland County Health Department. And then as the district decides that we are able to make changes, then they do give us the directive to open up our buildings.
Okay. How about how the junior kindergarten and kindergarten interact? There's a parent asking, is there an opportunity for these 2 groups of students to interact during the day, or are they kept separate?
They are kept separate. And the reasoning behind that is because we definitely want any students in JK to feel like they're not having a kindergarten experience and then going to kindergarten and feeling like they've already done kindergarten. So we like to make them feel like they're in their own entity, their own grade level. So when they do then enter kindergarten, that they feel like it's a brand new year.
Okay, that is it for right now. I'm going to wait just another minute and see if anything else comes through. Looks like, yep, it looks like just a lot of thank yous.
Oh, thank
And excited
you. And
parents.
like I said, this is definitely not, and I know from having two kindergartners that this is definitely not how we wanted to welcome you into our building. But we're confident that we're going to see you face to face sometime soon. And I want you to know that I can say now that I've lived through 1 year of not having parents in the building, and we were frantic that our kindergartners were walking in without parents. They did an awesome job. We had a lot of support staff in place the first day of school. So there were very few tears, and they are just rock stars this year. So we will take very good care of your children. Please reach out if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Good night, everyone.